So welcome to the first in our series of videos where we meet the suppliers that feature on our Lymphoedema United website. The purpose being to find out much more about the products that they provide and how they can help us to live better with lymphedema. So first of all, I'd love to introduce you to Mark Allatt, Business Development Manager from Thesis Technology, who's going to tell us more about their LimbO range. Welcome, Mark.
Thanks, Matt. Really appreciate you reaching out to let us engage with you with the work that you do. Fantastic, the fact that you're reaching out to such a lot of patients, and the fact that you have been somebody who's experienced the challenges associated with lymphedema. It really does bring everybody much closer together, having somebody who is living that day to day and the challenges that you've got. So it's great to work with you, and I love the work that you are doing with Lymphoedema United. So,
oh, that's great. But this isn't about me, Mark. This is all about you and LimbO. But thank you very much for your kind words. So tell me, for those out there who are unfamiliar with LimbO, could you tell us a bit more about this great product and how it came about?
Thanks. Yeah. So LimbO was designed, and it's designed and manufactured here in the UK, and it's a waterproof protector to allow anybody who has either got a fracture, so they may have a plaster cast, or they've got very sensitive skin, or they've got a condition. It could be a leg ulcer, or it could be lymphedema, which obviously you're championing, Matt. It's to allow those patients to have a shower and a bath and confidently know that any dressings or any compression wraps or anything that they've got on their skin to help with their condition doesn't get wet. So think about it. We all take for granted that we can have a shower in the morning. We just jump in the shower and everything's fine. But if you have got lymphedema and you're wearing compression garments, then you can't get those wet. So people often think, oh, I can't have a shower, or I'm going to have to just wait until my garments are changed before I consider going in the shower. This allows them to confidently go in and do something that we all treat day to day. So this is the LimbO waterproof protector. It's a reinforced UPV sleeve, so it's very, very strong. It's designed to be used over and over again. But the key part to it, and the thing that makes it so comfortable and ideal for using in the shower and the bath, is this area here, this black ring, which is made out of neoprene. So those of you who are big surfers or have been down in the sea, Cornwall or wherever you want to go surfing, will recognize this material. So it's designed to work in and around water, and this creates a perfect seal. So I'll just demonstrate it. This is the arm model. So it will go over the top of somebody's dressings or their cast or their wraps, whatever. Once it's in place, in order to make it totally waterproof, we just pull the dressing down, the LimbO down slightly, so it sits flat against the skin. And it's comfortable. It's been designed to work with patients with fragile skin, particularly lymphedema. We don't want to have anything that's compressive in this area, so it forms a seal by friction. So it's tight enough so that it's going to help seal it, but it's not uncomfortable to wear. It's certainly not going to do any damage to that patient. So there you go. You go in the shower, go in the bath, get yourself all clean, and then just take the LimbO off, hang it up to dry, and then it's good to go for the next time you want to have a shower or a bath. Really simple, but a massive life-changing product that for people who suddenly can't have a shower or a bath will really appreciate.
Yeah, and that somebody was me many years ago when I was having to have multi-layer lymphedema bandaging for 3 weekly sessions twice a year, and one of them happened to be during the summer. And to try and bring my swelling of my lymphedema down, we tried a double session, 6 week, and it was horrendous because I couldn't shower, I couldn't bath. I tried bin bags, tucking the bin bags in the top of the layer. Oh yeah, you'd laugh. We'd try it because.
Did you put some gaffer tape around the top as well?
Gaffer tape. But when you're in these heavy bandages for that length of time, you want to freshen up. You want to remain clean, and of course, the last thing you want is infection getting in. So my wife actually did the research. She found LimbO online. You kindly did I think a slightly larger, longer one than nearly 6'4", so a lot longer than normal for me.
Yeah.
And I have to say, I was amazed that everything kept dry. I was able to shower daily in these bandages, which are quite bulky. And as you demonstrated, the elasticated top came right up to the groin area and kept everything out. And it was fantastic. They stayed it was waterproof, they stayed dry, and I still use it today when I have bandaging. That's why I was so keen to work with you guys, because it really did make a positive impact on my life with lymphedema. So you did the leg for me in a full size. What other sizes and limbs are in the range? What do you do for people of different shapes and sizes?
Well, we have a complete range, almost 50 different sizes available. So we have, like you've had a full leg, we have a half leg, which a lot of patients with lower limb complications will use. We have a foot model, which is ideal for a lot of the diabetic foot patients or somebody who's had toenail surgery. Plus we do half arms, full arms. Again, a lot of people with fractures will use these as part of their protection process. When they've got the plaster cast on, it's important they don't get it wet. And then we do an unusual one, which is used by a lot of cancer patients to help protect PICC lines, which they have for when they're having chemotherapy. So what we've tried to do is, I mean, you're the perfect example, Matt, of you're a big chap. You're 6'4", you say?
Nearly, yeah.
6'4". And because we make all of these in the UK, we've tried to ensure that we could accommodate all sorts of people. So I call myself Mr. Average. I'm 5'10", and yeah, everything about me is average. But not everybody is. We see a lot of older patients can be very, very frail, have very thin legs or arms, and it's important that we have a LimbO that's going to be suitable for them. So we have smaller versions. We do also see quite a lot of larger patients. Some of the diseases, particularly diabetes, we can get a lot of patients who are a little bit larger than they would probably like to be. And again, we have suitable sizes for those. And then always shorter people and longer people. So it doesn't matter what size you are, we should have a LimbO. But there is always going to be somebody who's an exception to the rule. And if we haven't got one as a standard size, we will make them for that patient, and we'll make them today and they'll get them tomorrow. So because it's a UK manufactured product, we don't have to place orders overseas and get these shipped in. We can turn them around really, really quickly. So it doesn't matter what condition you've got. If it's a limb, then we've got a solution. And if we haven't, we'll make it for you.
That sounds like a fantastic strapline, doesn't it? If you have a limb, we have a solution. That's excellent.
Well, it's very interesting, Matt. You know, the product was designed by an engineer who actually is still one of the owners of the business. And he one of his friends broke his leg when he just retired, and he tried the good old bin bag with a bit of gaffer tape. And because he's an engineer, he wants things to be done right. He thought this is just unacceptable. Looked around, couldn't find anything, and set about making the LimbO. And the nice thing about this product is it's made by an engineer. And as a result, it is manufactured and made so it's going to work. It's not being made by an accountant who's looking at it to try and keep it at a certain cost price. He made it and made it right. And that's really one of the key things about the product, that when you get it, you can trust it, and it'll last for the full duration that you're going to need it for. Good old British manufacturing.
Oh, and we applaud that where we can, don't we? And we're trying to support as many of our homegrown talents as possible. But the other challenge which I've faced, and it's only through working with you with Lymphedema United that I've found this other product in your range that was sort of buried away. But when I have this bandaging on, you know, I like to go for a walk, keep the movement. The bandages work better. when you're exercising the muscles against the, against the extra compression. But I always worried about, whether my trainer would go wide enough, or whether I'd get the bandages wet or dirty. So I had one of those typical kind of hospital Velcro slippers that they give you. Do you know the ones I mean?
Yeah, I know those.
Oh, I mean, they don't look very nice, to be fair, but they're free. They're, I mustn't grumble, as they say. But is there a solution that you have in your range to go for a walk and keep your bandaging or your wraps dry?
There is, and interesting, that product came about because a lot of people with a plaster cast, they'll have a plaster cast on for 6 weeks, and if you wanted to go out, you can to a degree carry on your normal working day with a plaster cast on. You've got your LimbO to have a shower, but if you want to go out and it is a little bit wet outside, or it's cold, or you're going to be going somewhere where it's likely to get mucky, you might want to cut the grass, you don't want to get your cast all stained, that there wasn't really anything that people could use. So again, we developed this product, we call it the Outcast, and it's very similar to the LimbO. In fact, it's a protective cover just to try and keep things clean. It has some water resistance. It's not like the LimbO where it's totally waterproof, but you can put this on if you've got the compression as you've talked about, or a plaster cast, or any sort of dressings, and you want to go out without ending up with your wraps or the dressings covered in muck and everything, and then having to have them changed early, which can be quite difficult if you haven't got the nurse booked in, or if clearly you mentioned about not wanting to get infection or creating an environment where infection could breed. You don't want to get them dirty and promote that. So this is, it's another one of the products in our range. It's Velcro at the front, so it allows you to put your leg in easily, and Velcro seals, and off you go. And
perfect.
Can be washed as well. That, so if you do get that dirty while you're doing, if you're outside standing in a puddle or whatever, it's not a problem. Just put it in the washing machine, and then you're good to go again.
Yeah, and it's another product for the outdoors that you can just use to have part of your normal life back, to go walking, to go out there in the fresh air. And, rather than, I remember the first time I had the bandaging, sitting in front of the box with my leg elevated, in a hot summer, not being able to shower, not really comfortably being able to go outside without widening my trainers to breaking point. And I think just these two products in themselves have demonstrated that we can live as kind of a normal life as possible when we're in our bandages or our wraps. So that's fantastic. And of course, since joining Lymphoedema United, all those products are listed on our website, and you've kindly given our members a 7.5% discount using their unique discount code, which is fantastic. Thank you for your support. But how do they go about ordering the products with you, Mark?
So they can use the code through your site, or if anybody is wanting and they're unsure how to get the product, or which product they want or which size they want, then we do have a dedicated line that they can call and speak to one of the team, and they will help us help that patient get the right size. Or they can order through our website, again using the codes that you provided. It's really important. One of the things that can happen is a patient might order the wrong one. And if they order the wrong size and it's too big, then there is a chance it's not going to work properly. But don't worry, we have a 3-month no quill warranty. So if a patient gets a product that isn't exactly what they're hoping for, or it's the wrong size, just need to ring up and the team will replace it free of charge.
Wow. No headaches involved there then. It's just a quick phone call to place the order and to speak to a human being at the other end to sort it out for you. That's fantastic.
Yeah. And that's important. We do have a nice website, and it's very easy to select your product on that website. But we do know that a lot of the older patients maybe are not as IT savvy as some people, and they just prefer a friendly face on the other, or a friendly voice on the other end of the phone.
Yeah.
And that service is something that we're really proud of, and it does make a big difference. And if a patient's ordering from us, I think the cutoff point is about 4 o'clock. They'll be with them the next day. We also have it. They can also choose through Amazon Prime, get the product through Amazon Prime. I know that a lot of people choose Amazon because it's easy, they're comfortable with it, and we have our own Amazon Prime account there. So we've made it as simple as possible for patients to get hold of these and get hold of them quickly.
Oh, that's fantastic. And again, there doesn't seem to be an end to the support that you're giving us to really get behind your product and promote the LimbO range. You've kindly agreed to offer a free prize draw to our members during August. Would you like to tell us a bit more about that?
Yeah, the free prize, we want to give access to the LimbO and the LimbO range to as many people as possible. And you can choose one of the products from our range. It doesn't matter whether it's an arm or a leg. Put the information into Matt's site, and if you're successful, then you can just choose one of our products. And if it just, as we said earlier, if you just happen to be one of those people who we haven't got one off the shelf, then you'll get a custom made one. Wow. As part of that.
That's fantastic. So obviously, like any good free prize draw, there are some guidelines and some terms and conditions that we will be sending an email to all of our members, and we'll be promoting it on social media. But for the sake of this recording, I'll just summarize what the details are. So it runs from the 1st of August to the 31st of August. So all entries must be within that period. August after the 31st, entries after the 31st of August won't be included. And 3 lucky winners will be drawn at random using our online randomizer that we used for the free book prize draw. No, it's great. So all of those who entered have to have 2 conditions, I'm afraid. One, have to be a member of Lymphoedema United, which is free to join if you haven't already. So visit the website for that. The second condition is you have to email hello@lymphunited.com to enter the draw, quoting your name and LimbO Free Prize Draw 2022. So that's your name and LimbO Free Prize Draw 2022. As I said, all entries are closing on the 31st of August, and on the 1st of September, we'll be using our lucky randomizer for the 3 winners and then putting them in contact with your team, Mark, so that they can discuss which product is most suitable for them. So that will be where your relationship kickstarts with the 3 winners. Yeah. There's no purchase necessary, which is good. This is free. Entries must be over 18. And I think pretty much they're the key rules to the free prize draw. You know, it's nothing, you know, too detailed. We're not giving away a car or a speedboat if you live in Bolton. You know, not yet. But who'd want those when you can have a LimbO instead? So look out for the email from us, which will be sent on the 1st of August, if you remember, and on social media. And I dare say, knowing you guys, you'll be pinging and retweeting and sharing and promoting it from your end as well, which is great. Absolutely, Matt. You do an excellent job in creating the awareness, and particularly with lymphedema. As you know, it's one of those challenges that you don't really know about until it lands on your doorstep. And I think the work that you've done to help so many people deal with this is ideal. And we play a small part in it. And there's lots of other companies who work with you to champion the work that you're doing. But just on that one side, you want to shower, you want to go outside, and you don't want to get your dressings wet, then we have a solution for you. Absolutely. Well, again, thank you for your kind words. You know, what we are achieving, I think, between all of us working together is exactly what I wanted to set out, which is to unite the lymphedema community and help others, raise awareness. And if we can raise a few quid along the line for charities, even better, which is great. So you can see all of your products from the LimbO range on the Lymphoedema United website, on Meet the Suppliers, and then click on the LimbO logo and it takes you through to the range. Click on any of the products and it takes you directly through to your website for further information. Yeah. Fantastic. Exactly. Well,
Yeah.
Mark, is there anything else we need to know about LimbO before we sign off?
No, if anybody does have any questions, then just reach out to us, ring our office number or email us on info@limboproducts.co.uk, and we're just here to help. And more importantly, you can speak to somebody, and the office is manned, and you will get somebody who will help you find the right solution.
Absolutely. I can't talk highly of your team behind the scenes as well. They were very helpful when my wife and I were going through that desperation of looking, to have a shower without getting the bandages wet. And it sounds so silly when I say it like that, but when you're in the middle of 3 weeks worth of bandaging in the hot summer, you want to have a shower. So it's an important product.
Yeah. I remember the first time we met, Matt, you came to a wound care conference and came up and shared your story with us. And I think it's so empowering, it's so exciting when you have a patient who is happy to share their story. It gives it credibility. It also it makes people feel comfortable. Often companies don't necessarily always take into the importance of what the patient thinks, and you've been amazing at sharing that. And yeah, we'll support you for as long as we possibly can.
Oh, that's fantastic. Well, Mark, it's been an absolute pleasure. Thank you for sharing more about your product and for supporting the free prize draw, which starts in August, at 1st of August. So this video should be posted on the 1st of August and a couple of times during that month. It'll be on the YouTube channel and we'll be promoting it like mad, I promise you. So thank you again for all of your support. It's a pleasure working with you.
Thanks very much, Matt. Nice to talk to you.
Thank you.